You can't touch this. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is April 27th, 2018, and we're rocking to some MC Hammer. Hammer time. You can't touch this. Thanks, Fred Flintstone, for that. Also got in the background my man Melvin 11 wanted me to play either some Rage Against the Machine or Beastie Boys. I played Beastie Boys already, so I said I would go ahead and do some Rage Against the Machine today. So we got Rage Against the Machine in the background, and that track is Killing in the Name. So hope you guys enjoy that today. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it because I got a few things I want to cover, and it pertains to one being Litecoin. Charlie Lee, he had an interview with the co-founder of 10x, and they talked Litecoin, they talked Bitcoin Cash, and he actually revealed some pretty, to many maybe surprising thoughts about his project and cryptocurrencies in general. So we're going to look at that, and also got another one that just came in. We're going to take a look at that as well, hot off the press. Looks like Bitcoin futures have volume has hit an all-time high today, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. Yeah, Bitcoin is up good 5% today. We're back above 400 billion. We're at 421 billion dollars in market cap, total market cap for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's dominance is at 37.5%. Yeah, we got a green day, absolutely green day today. And from a technical standpoint, we're back above the backside of that original flag or pennant that I drew, so that's good. If I go ahead and zoom in, let's see if I can zoom in here. So yeah, we're back above. I told you guys, seeing a double tap on the support area of 8,600 was a good sign to me. And yeah, we pulled back up above that area, and now we're kind of just taking a rest. I think we'll probably go for this high right here, 87 or 9,700 soon. That's probably the next target for the market. That's all it is, man. The market just looks at last, they call them two to the left, two to the right. Normally that's on an hour, on a day chart. Usually we would kind of say that, but that's where the market looks to, score a point is what we used to call it when we traded Forex. So I think that's the next area we will look to take out. Hopefully we do. So today's article, actually, I'm going to do the one that just broke. It's out of CCN website. I'll leave a link to this in the description of this video. But we have here, says here, Bitcoin futures posted record daily volume as market recovers. So I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but Bitcoin futures hit $670 million in trading volume. And I'll read it here. It looks like it was actually Wednesday. So Bitcoin futures volume reached an all-time high on Wednesday, peaking near a combined 670 billion, or million I should say, dollars between regulated US exchanges CME and CBOE. So that's what do you guys think about that? I'm going to read the article. I just want to go back over and see what the daily volume, I don't know if they show this on here, but what the daily volume for Bitcoin is, or cryptocurrencies in general. So it looks like 26 billion is the 24-hour volume for cryptocurrencies. And then on a, let's see here, 24-hour volume for Bitcoin, 8 billion. So I just want to show you that, because this is why I want to show you the comparison, why futures are not manipulating crypto or Bitcoin at all. Daily volume for cryptocurrencies, or I should say, I'm just going to go with Bitcoin. daily volume for Bitcoin, at least yesterday or the last 24 hours, has been $8 billion, right? Crypto futures, or Bitcoin futures, I keep saying crypto, but Bitcoin futures, all-time high, which posted on Wednesday, was 670 million. That's not even 10%, people. Well, that is 10%. That's 10% roughly, just shy of 10%. If we're talking about 800 billion versus 670 million, you do the math. There's no, it's just the volume. And this has been my theme for quite some time now, that futures are not manipulating or moving the markets. It's not a avenue or a vehicle being used just yet. I think in the future it may be, for sure, but it's just too early. It's too young of a market for it to really correlate directly with manipulating the futures or the spot price of Bitcoin, not the futures, but the futures contracts manipulating the spot prices of the markets. So $600 billion in volume, or $600 million in volume, it's just no justification of manipulation when it's only 10% or less than 10% of, volume of the spot price. So yeah, that's interesting to see. But let's go ahead and read this article here. It says here, on the Chicago Exchange, CME, traders exchanged more than 11,000 contracts worth an equivalent 56,000 Bitcoin. According to CME's Bitcoin reference rate for April 25th, those contracts equate to more than $497 million in a single day. Of course, the actual dollar value of those contracts most likely diverged from the figure slightly as prices fluctuate throughout the trading session. Here's an image, and I'll pull that up right now. Here's a tweet from CME Group, and they're showing that Bitcoin futures liquidity continues to build. So it started off at around 1,000 contracts in December of 17, and we slowly saw a growth. You probably can't see the numbers there, but we're showing a 250% growth in contract volume since December up until April of this year, which right now is roughly trading, it looks like 4,000 contracts month to month. So yeah, there you have it. Really, to me, just illustrates again, manipulation is not happening, people. Not from the future side. I think manipulation may be occurring via the whales that are, have been in the markets since early days, and they've accumulated a lot of Bitcoin. And then you also, I think there's manipulation by exchanges. Exchanges have a lot of Bitcoin, and also mining groups, probably more so. I would say the mining pools, the large sums of Bitcoin that they accumulate, they can move the markets fairly well if they coordinate together. And there may be some coordination going on, but again, is the government doing this? And no, I don't think so, and not yet. Will it happen in the future? Absolutely. Every market ends up being, overtaken. It just is what it is. It's human nature. That's what we do. Greed, that's what makes up a market, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this. It says here, this means that on Wednesday, CME ranked as one of the world's 10 largest cryptocurrencies exchanges, larger than many spot trading platforms that offer a significant number of altcoin trading pairs. It's particularly remarkable considering that, unlike spot exchanges that operate around the clock, CME only offers trading during specific business hours. Kind of goes on. You guys, I'll leave a link to this so you can check it out, because there's another article I want to get to. Yeah, I think, again, the futures is an on-ramp for institutional monies to flow in, money managers, hedge funds, that is coming. The manipulation will come as the market matures. Me personally, I think maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, you'll see the futures really having more of an influence on spot price of Bitcoin and all these other cryptos. Hopefully by then there would have been a divergence from Bitcoin being kind of the barometer for the whole cryptocurrency markets. Therefore, if they want to manipulate Bitcoin, they can do that. Let them do it. But all the altcoins and stuff can still try to have a free market, a little bit at least. So that's that article. The second article I wanted to take a look at was out of AMB Crypto, and this comes out of an interview that Charlie Lee had with the co-founder of 10x, and the interview starts off with Charlie Lee talking about Litecoin and what they're trying to do, the roadmap or whatnot. And Charlie Lee said some really interesting things. One being, he said, according to his creator, Litecoin was created to complement the Bitcoin and move hand in hand. He developed Litecoin while working at Google as his side project that wasn't disclosed to the company. It goes on to say he further talks about the motive of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. According to him, Bitcoin Cash aims to replace the Bitcoin brand and be better than Bitcoin, be a better version of Bitcoin. In the current scenario, the Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash cryptocurrencies are very similar, as both altcoins charge low fees and are faster. He finds that there is a trade-off between Bitcoin Cash, what Bitcoin Cash wants, and what Litecoin aims to do. Charlie Lee, and I quote here, says, Bitcoin Cash supporters want it to replace the brand of Bitcoin, but it's quite silly because the structure of the currency is similar to Litecoin and does not support such a thing. Litecoin is more centralized, as the creator has the power to decide the course of the currency, says Charlie Lee. He believes this makes Litecoin more efficient. In a hypothetical situation, if the government coerces Charlie Lee to destroy Litecoin, it could happen given its more centralized nature. His decisions can hurt a few for a cause aiming at Litecoin's future. So what do you guys think about that? Charlie Lee actually had a debate on Twitter with, I believe, Vitalik, and they were going back and forth about centralization. How centralized are these cryptocurrencies, the major ones and the major players? And Charlie Lee was like, look, man, Ethereum and Litecoin are centralized, are quite centralized. But I think Charlie Lee's, his opinion on it is that he doesn't think that's a bad thing. He thinks a little bit of centralization, or I don't know if it's a little or a lot, but centralization to a certain degree is good for a cryptocurrency. You're able to pivot and iterate and upgrade and do things very effectively. Man, I don't know, man. I think there needs to be some centralization for sure, but very small. If I have to quantify it, if possible, that you had a cryptocurrency that had maybe 15% of its overall operational capacity done in a centralized fashion, I think that's acceptable in my eyes. You start getting toward 35, 40, 50%. I don't know, man. The article goes on, because it's kind of a long article. I'm not going to read it all. I'll leave a link for you guys to read it. But I thought it was interesting. So it ends with Charlie Lee's response based on his feelings, and he confesses in the chat that he feels he responds too much sometimes. He usually faces issues when people ask him about other coins on Twitter. His opinion about a few coins sometimes is negative, which brings a lot of attack on him from users over various online forums. He has never thought about changing the consensus algorithm and thinks that Litecoin mining is one of the strongest out there. Litecoin mining algorithm is strong. But let me know your thoughts on that. And also, you remember, it's kind of, I don't know if it was a coincidence or whatever, but Charlie Lee, he left out of Litecoin. He completely, I don't know if he sold or gave away, whatever he did that at the peak of the markets. What the hell is that about? It could be a coincidence, absolutely. Let me know your thoughts about that as well. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna take a bump of this 360 C60. It's gonna make me do a 360. And that's pretty much it for today. You know, I just wanted to give you guys those two articles. Let me know your thoughts about both of those. Pretty cool articles, I would say. That's pretty much it for today, though, people. Like and subscribe. Click that bell. You know the routine. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out. Holla.